On tonight's Real Housewives of Orange County, Heather is putting everyone in their place. We better watch out over here. It's the Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 11, Episode number 17, Puppet Strings and Tamra's Wings, starting right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, AfterBuzzers, and welcome to the OC After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, Grant Rutter, and I'm joined by a full panel to break down this episode the eve before the finale. We're here to talk about it. Who's sitting next to me but Christy Olson?
Hello, everybody, and you guys can always talk to me about Real Housewives and anything else at Christy Reports.
What's up, everyone? I'm Orlina. You can find me at Orlina on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook.
And I am Blake V. You can find me on all the social medias at Blake V Media.
Nice. Well, we have a lot to talk about today's show, and we're going to be having a dramatic reading from the past later on in the show.
Can't wait.
A look back at a moment in time, which is also not making Vicki look very good. Let's just say that. Yes. But let's talk about the present day, and we're picking up in the van. We're still in Ireland. And Heather's reminding everyone that Kelly is trash with the big smile on her face.
FYI.
And she's like, you're vulgar, you're trash, blah, blah, blah. And then Shannon says to Vicki, why don't you stop acting like everything is okay? Then she brings Vicki into it, and that just lights the switch. Vicki does nothing except that's what sets off Kelly to then reveal that Vicki has told her personal things about everyone else's lives, and it just went crazy. Let's get into it.
I know, it's like we're all speechless. We were watching it just like
Unravel.
Literally unravel.
Watching it unravel.
It's a good word, yeah.
And everybody had their little piece in the puzzle, and it was just crazy because it was like a domino, like one thing set off the next one, and then it set off the next one.
Yes.
And like each one had an issue. It was really interesting, and it was also kind of hard to watch, I feel like, in general, but also specifically Heather. She brought us into this episode, and we're just so not used to seeing her behave this way, speak this way, any of this stuff. So it was sort of like, whoa, if she's getting upset, it must really be something serious
She
here.
got out of her chair and like walked across the van just to be able to put her finger in that one's face. That's a lot. That's a lot. You have to be really pissed.
I don't blame Kelly for really going there and revealing Shannon's secrets because Vicki was not there for her, and I feel like it was bound to happen. Kelly was about to snap, and she did snap. So
Yeah, Vicki's lack of a reaction was what got the biggest reaction out of me, because she was really kind of sitting back and watching her several weeks of like planting things and feeding Kelly lines. She was watching it basically play out exactly the way she wanted it to. Kelly ended up doing her dirty work for her. And as much as we've seen Vicki get crazy and get hot under the collar, for her to just sit there in this moment, I just found to be so annoying.
I feel like she kind of felt like
everyone else is
deserved
showing
it.
out. Let's see it, Vicki. You're the OG. Show them how to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
I felt like she kind of was like, I kind of deserve it in a way because, she knew that she wasn't doing anything. She didn't want to, burn bridges with anybody. But while I was watching, I was thinking how many times this has happened to Vicki. So it was like, if she's going to be part of the cast, you're going to have to go through it. It was almost watching her in previous seasons, like, this is what happens. So...
Ooh, it's such a weird angle because it's so true. I feel like maybe on a very small level or a big one, she was almost happy to see all of this be happening to someone else, friend or not. Just for one point in her life, she finally reached where she was not the focus of all the attacks and was sort of like, whew, I did my apology tour, I worked my magic, I did what I did, and now it's on someone else. I'm gonna sit over here and just enjoy myself over here.
Right, yeah. Well, Kelly alleges that Vicki told her of all these domestic abuse claims, that David would hit her and attack her, and I don't believe it because I watched I watched Shannon's reaction, and I can't imagine that being on top of everything else. Maybe there was a little bit of mental, or maybe there was a moment, but I don't think it was like as crazy as they made it out to allegedly believe. What do you think?
Yeah, well, there was certainly emotional and mental abuse. I mean, an affair to that degree of what all happened is certainly abusive on those levels. But Shannon is no stranger to airing any bit of information or any bit of dirty laundry she may have. So I fully think that that would have been part of the healing process for her to talk about that stuff. I feel like my impression of her is that there were no line, like there's no line for her. There's no boundary to cross. She's willing to talk about anything that happened and put it all out there. So I agree. I think she was sort of genuinely like shocked by it.
Yeah.
There's something important here, and it's a factor that I can't believe I didn't know about this previously, or that none of us had. And it came up with these allegations today online, and this is from a police report. In 2003, April of 2003, David was charged with assault and battery to a cohabitant, which has been determined to be Shannon. After Shannon called the police when an argument spun out of control, David ended up being arrested and pled guilty to willfully and unlawfully using force and violence against his wife. He was released on a $10,000 bond and got 3 years of informal probation, and also completed a batterer's treatment program. So if there was never any violence in this relationship, as Shannon did allege on the episode tonight, that police report and his being charged and found guilty would certainly argue with that.
Okay, that changes everything.
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
Debunked my
It absolutely does.
trying to save her
And
ass.
Star Magazine kind of came out with these reports last year. Again, I can't believe we hadn't heard about this, but Shannon said at that time, she said, there was no abuse, no physical anything. We had an argument that was resolved very quickly afterward. I just thought that if I called the police, the fight would end. We've moved on. It's over and done. However, again, that absolutely does not go along with what is in the police report. So just something to, just info to
2003.
add for everybody. April 2003, a couple years after they were married.
Question. Okay, if she claims that they resolved their argument rather quickly afterwards, yet he was charged, she could have dropped charges at any point. To charge somebody is not a minor thing. That's, I mean, you have to go forward legally with it and fill out papers and sign things and approve things. So that's
why most of these
stand
cases don't
corrected
end up
on
going
that.
through usually, is because the
drop the
witness
charges.
refuses to cooperate.
And if
yes.
she didn't drop the charges, that's very suspicious. And that is really shocking. We didn't know that this whole time.
Yeah,
I know. I
stand
almost feel like I
corrected
need to
then.
apologize to our fans for not being in the know on that one.
That's okay, girl. You got us really good
Yeah,
most of the time.
Don't worry about it.
That was a tricky one. Well, who knows? She might have been trying to hide that this
I
whole
think
time.
this is, these are the things that she's
She may
telling
have been.
Vicky, and Vicky's blurting them out. But they're
Yeah.
old facts, but they're still there.
They reminded us in this episode that it was Shannon that really confided in Vicky through tough times. So it's really a lousy thing that would ever be uttered to Kelly when Kelly and Shannon never were on good terms. So there's no real excuse as to why Vicky would ever have to relinquish such personal information to Kelly
Anybody
about
else?
Shannon.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and she apparently also has photos. Vicky does. This is all. None of this is
Abuse
confirmed.
photos?
But apparently, when Shannon and Vicky were close, Shannon did share some photos with Vicky from some incident that reportedly took 2 weeks for Shannon to recover from. That she went on vacation. In that time. Again, these are all unsubstantiated reports. And Shannon, sent Vicky these pictures when they were close.
That is
So-
crazy news.
Okay, I'm sort of like, my mind is blown right now just
know.
because it's like so crazy. But okay, if all of this is true, this changes a lot of my opinion on the David Shannon situation, which
Yes.
I got a lot of those opinions on that. But
Yes.
this is like a whole nother layer to this very complex situation. And then also really surprising and kind of disappointing that Vicky would share all this information with Kelly, especially since their friendship has been so new. I mean, she had to have explained this information to Kelly when their friendship was like maybe a month old or something. I mean, they hadn't known each other that
But
long.
keep in mind, nobody was talking to Vicky, so if she was gonna try to pin somebody in her corner, I'm sure Vicky would have said whatever to her to just kind of get her to know the cast.
Yeah.
So it's
Would
like,
you ever forgive Vicky if you were Shannon at this point, though?
No.
That's a what further extreme would you need to not go there again? That's pretty bad. So
Well, okay, I'm sorry. Just I gotta.
no, go ahead.
No, I feel like if you are talking about something in confidence with a level of sensitivity, you would expect that, you know, some kind of respect around it. And for Vicki to go do that is terrible, meaning to share the information with anybody else is terrible, assuming Shannon wanted to keep that private. But then another part of me feels like if you really were trying to keep something private, you sort of can't trust anyone. And especially with like proof or evidence. See, if you're just having a hard day and you're like, oh, guys, this, please don't tell anyone, it's between us, but this thing happened. You can always deny that later.
Right.
Yes. Don't leave a paper trail.
If you're passing out pieces of evidence
Or sending
and proof
text messages.
don't
do that.
no text, no emails, no photographic evidence. Like, you know, so if she's sharing
Saw my father.
that's like a whole nother level of not being able to come back from that.
Well, this whole thing made Heather Dubrow even more upset, causing her to run up to Vicki and call her a stupid bitch.
Ooh, not Heather-like.
She was in rare form, yo.
Who is this?
Okay, so everybody was drinking. Was she must have been drinking, right?
Yeah,
With everybody?
I think she was.
Yes.
She was just very out of character.
Yes,
you
maybe
know?
that was it.
Yeah, it was 3 a.m. It was
Okay,
the after
yes.
feeling after the cocktails hit in.
Because
Well-
I was just like, how is this happening?
Yeah. Who is this woman?
And then Tamra gets out of her seat because it's alleged that her husband is cheating on her and that he's gay, which has been a long online rumor.
yeah, we've heard that one
Yeah.
lots of
That's
times.
like,
Was
yeah,
it
I
all
mean,
started by Vicki?
You never
She
know.
planted that seed too?
So she ran up and screamed in Vicki's face, and I thought that was for sure the end. But later in the episode, they were talking on the phone. I was kind of disappointed in Tamra. I thought that was going to be like the moment for her to be like, enough is enough, and that's it.
But
Disappointed in Tamra. I'm disappointed in the producers for not using this opportunity to replay that footage of Eddie licking the stripper's boob from the spinoff. Remember? I mean, come on, guys. It's my favorite Eddie.
Yeah.
Because they've been very on the flashbacks.
Yes.
They've been very
Yes.
on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
that's so true.
Megan thinks that Heather is conniving, and it just kind of, they have to go separate ways into the airport, but they can't be seen together. How terrible though to have to fly, because you know that that's all pre-booked ahead of time. So you're going to be seated next to each other or near each other. You're not going to be on the other side of the plane or on a different level. So that's a long time to fly back.
Yeah.
I point this out in almost all of them. Like last season in Beverly Hills, and they were coming back from Dubai. There was a lot of awkward tension there too, and you're literally flying for like 17 hours. Like that's a long time to be in the same breathing space as someone that you are in a huge fight with, a fresh wound, and that you hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of this, yes.
Yes.
Did we feel bad for Kelly? I want to know like what your guys' take on this whole situation.
I very easily could have if she hadn't have gone there with the Shannon and David stuff.
But you don't think because she was trapped and she felt
Right.
alone, she was trying to retaliate against Vicki? Because
Was she
there's
pushed
my buddy.
to a level?
Okay.
To a degree.
I'm gonna give it to her, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
because
that was more to hurt Vicki than Shannon. That would
Yeah.
make more sense.
And
don't
she's
forget,
done
it's-
this repeatedly.
Don't forget, at this point, it's been hours because she was also pushed into trying to drink. So they were trying to get that going. She knew the women were like trying to like play her.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
then you add alcohol, you add all this time, travel, and then people are saying things. You can hear them. You can hear Heather calling you trash from the back of the bus. So yeah, I mean,
feel like-
she's
yeah,
provoked.
Yeah, okay.
And these ladies were relentless.
they were.
Yeah.
You know, like they could have from the footage we saw, Kelly really was just sitting there being silent. She was looking forward, not saying much. She was kind of in her own little zone, and the ladies kept coming after her. So let's say all of them had sat there and said nothing and everyone just sat in silence. That was an option too, but no one did it, you know? And they all were coming after her really hard.
Right.
So
I kind of feel like Shannon kind of got what she deserved a little bit because she was pushing Kelly to drink so much, and in turn, she's leaking out all this information about Shannon.
yeah.
So I feel like, you know, that's what happens when you drink too much.
And you know, and I feel like personally, I would never go there, like what Kelly did sharing the information. I would never go there because it's like not my information to share. You know, but the reason she did it was because of Vicki. She was trying to pull Vicki down
yeah,
with her.
right.
And I get that because the whole entire trip, Vicki had done nothing in the way of helping Kelly at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like, excuse me, friend, like
I get it. Yeah.
you said this. Like, you
Yeah.
know, if they're going to be coming down on me, like, you need to get a piece of this too,
Yeah.
because you're the one that actually shared this information and messed it up originally.
Right, and
admits.
our chat roll agrees. Sarah said, so messed up that Vicki didn't defend Kelly since she's been in her position in the past.
Yes.
And Anne Marie said Vicki was totally out of order. You're right, girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, back in the OC, Vicki having a conversation with her daughter. Funny enough, wearing a peace and love shirt. Really, like, this is like, after all that, all that. She's like, I just want peace. I just want peace.
It said "just kidding" on the back.
Oh, it did.
Didn't see that part.
And it's funny because
Small print.
Yeah.
it's funny because the only human resident on the show, Brianna, was like not surprised at all by her mother's behavior on the bus.
She's been doing
Like,
this for
she
a while.
gets like that. Yeah, she gets like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I know, and then I liked it when they were chatting and she had to break it down for Vicki, like, well, but when you hurt someone else's feelings, they're gonna be upset with you. Like, like Vicki should know this.
Well, then Michael,
daughter has to break it down.
once
for her.
every season.
Michael and Kelly had a scene, and Michael seems to have his head screwed on straight for these
Yeah.
scenes. It's interesting. But Heather, she's now saying that Heather is the puppet and everyone else is the master, and we cannot understand what this means.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the classic switcheroo.
And everyone else
she
is
meant
the
opposite.
master. Yeah.
And she had to say it like at least 3 times
3
throughout the
times,
episode
yes.
to get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I feel like Michael probably told her later, like, that wasn't it. You know?
She's like, damn it.
Gotta
You know,
switch it
that's like
around.
an annoying part when she watches it back. She's like, oh,
I
Kelly,
know.
you know.
You know
It's
what?
like,
I
couldn't they
feel
have
like
Frank invited me to say it correctly?
Right?
know.
Oh, I know.
this episode, because we are on the eve of the finale, I feel like Kelly has redeemed herself. I feel like she's finding footing in the cast now because she got to talk to Vicki, and I feel like they're gonna bring her back. I feel like she has a storyline that people are gonna want to see the next,
The continuation of it.
continuation.
Yeah.
And isn't it interesting? She had such a terrible time with the ladies, but all
She
this,
made it.
She made it, and it rekindled her marriage.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
things
In a
are
way,
fine.
yeah.
Things are
Yeah.
fine now. So there you go. Go on a trip with people, and then that shows you your true
Yeah. So
your true self.
Michael recommended that she go and have individual plans for each of the ladies. And you have 4, for each moment.
Yeah, he was
Smart.
wise.
Yeah. And then Kelly, there's a lot of like 2 and 2. These are gonna talk. These 2 are gonna have a phone call. These 2 are gonna go to dinner. These 2 are gonna Taco Tuesday. So Meghan and Kelly went to go get tacos, and it seems that everything was fine with them. And what do I have here? That Meghan recommends to Kelly that she should start the apology tour with Tamra. So what do we make of this scene?
I think that's a smart choice. I think Tamra is somebody that you need to apologize, clear the air with. She clearly runs the show as well as Vicki. So if there's somebody to apologize, I would have apologized to Tamra first.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a smart decision.
I have a question for you guys. So we're being kind of hard on Vicki right now, saying, she should have helped her out, should have stood up for her, what have you. But I feel like it's easy to forget at this point that Kelly was first brought in by Meghan. So where was Meghan in all of this back and forth, and where was her defense of Kelly? Well, in her testimonial, she kind of said, or her confessional, she kind of said, I would like to stand up for Kelly, but I don't really know what happened. I wasn't there in a lot of the moments where it all went down. So, I guess you can, maybe that is the case. But here, Kelly was just so ready to go with Meghan. It seemed like she didn't have any issue with Meghan at all.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of made me think, well, she was the original friend, Meghan. So
Yeah.
would you, as an original friend, try to help any more? Even if you didn't know what happened, would you really try to stand up for your friend's character and be like, well, I didn't see this specific event, but she's really cool and good, and so I'm gonna try to help it out?
I think she waited till she got back to Orange County to give her that, advice to talk to Tamra, because she's way too neutral, Meghan, on this season. She's just been really neutral, kind of under the radar, and we're sad to see her go, but I feel like she was just too neutral. There wasn't really a stance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she knew there was nothing she could say because she'd been absent from so much of the drama throughout the trip, not just tonight, but throughout most of it.
Yeah.
So, and then no one really seemed to be holding her accountable for any of that either. Like, well, Meghan, what do you have to say? Why don't you say anything? Why don't you stick up for
She
it?
just was gliding right through.
Yeah, well, then Kelly met with Vicki, and Vicki told her that she did not promote Kelly drinking at all on the trip, which is another blatant lie, and the flashbacks are there to prove it. I mean,
Thank God for those.
I know. I know. Vicki, I will say though, Vicki is very convincing. When she's trying to tell you something, if we didn't have some of these flashbacks, I probably, just buy into them.
Yeah.
But she believes what she's
trying to
selling.
stop her.
She believes what
She's
she's
good on
selling.
the one-on-one tour.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say that in a group. They're going to call you out on it.
Yes. Well, Kelly says that again, Heather was the puppet master and that Vicki abandoned her. Kelly says no one defended her, and Vicki she didn't. Oh, I don't know what that means. Vicki didn't want to be excluded. Yeah, Vicki didn't want to be excluded from the group. So kind of what you were saying earlier, Blake. Like, and we've said in the past, like she wants to, keep this relationship going with the other ladies. So she's gonna throw Kelly, the new friend, away. And then Vicki does admit in hindsight that she should have stood up for her.
Yeah. She kind of explained this to Kelly, did she not? Yeah. She kind of said, "Well, I got my place back, so you were on your own, Kelly. Sorry."
For like 5 minutes, though. Yeah.
But I think Vicki's in a good space now because now that she has the other women kind of okay with her, she still gets to keep Kelly because Kelly's not going to throw away Vicki,
Yeah.
What do you get rid of Vicki and then you're alone.
And then what?
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing there, so.
Well, and it's funny because the footage we saw of Vicki with Brianna sort of made Vicki look a little delusional about the situation because she was like, I don't know, not giving as much weight to the drama that happened at the end of it. She was sort of like, the whole entire trip was great, but it was like, but then at the end everyone turned against you. So are you coming away from this positive because things are a little hairy there?
She did the same thing. She did the same thing with Tamra on the phone call. She's like, Ireland was a lot of fun. And I felt like,
and I'm like,
who
was it really? Or?
This is the Donald Trump school of making people think what you want. Like, The Apprentice is the #1 show on television. Remember, he always used to say that. It was never even close. He was like, the trip was great. The trip was great. The trip was great. No, the trip was not great. So true.
Yes.
And then she's gonna get with all the ladies now that are trying to call her out, and she's like, but it was great. I thought it was great. What are you talking about?
And then Tamara's like, oh, well, the competition's coming up. Vicky's like, I'm coming. Well, the other bitches are going to be there. Yeah. So they're all getting ready for this. Then Tamara and Kelly have to get together. This is kind of a good one-on-one. I'm going through quick because we got stuff to do here, but I want to cover this because this was, again, per Michael's advice, and Meghan's, go speak to these ladies individually. Start with Tamara. And Kelly says, 100% I was wrong. And she says she didn't have any bad intent. We've kind of heard it all before from her. More of the usual. And
several times.
Yes. Tamara is earning her wings, I guess, and trying to see past it. And she apologizes for pushing Kelly outside a Louis Vuitton store. Tamara says that Kelly should apologize to everyone, and that Kelly won't. Kelly says that she felt so set up, and we know where she is, but at least she vocalized everything at this point. And Tamara was very welcoming, I think, to this.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that she genuinely likes Kelly. I see their relationship growing if the season were to continue on. I feel like she didn't want to throw away that relationship either. So I'm definitely seeing the three of them being the new pack. Tamara, Kelly, and Vicki. I feel like that could be a
good place to be.
And I can kind of see it too. I mean, I think that Kelly has a lot of potential. She seems on certain occasions that she can be really fun and, kind of cool and everything. But then this has all just gone way to the left.
Yeah.
Just real hard. Yeah. And so.
Well, Kelly says, I will not be cordial to Heather Dubrow. So,
Michael Horn in the chat said, I think it'll be the Brandi Glanville effect. Crazier and crazier just to keep her job. He's talking about Kelly, I believe.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people in the comments have pointed that out. There's a correlation between the two. Let's talk about the competition.
Yeah.
So everyone's there. Heather makes an entrance. And she says hello to everyone. I think I would probably do the same.
I would too.
But you kind of with the other one, Kelly, you kind of just look once, like hi, and then you don't really just start. I see
wave
you
from a distance.
Yeah.
Hello, hello down there.
One quick, just to acknowledge, that way they can't say you didn't look at me, you didn't give me eye contact. Just quick and all right, I'm over here.
Just hit all your marks.
Let's take a picture. Yeah. So what do we want to say about the competition? I think we all were surprised. First round, Tamra looked good, and then the second round, we all comment on her hot ass.
Yeah, she looks phenomenal.
Her ass is fantastic. What's the tagline in the beginning of the show? She says,
"Oh yeah, something tough, and my
ass ain't bad either."
Yeah. So true. So true. This was that tagline exemplified.
Yeah.
Right. And just the whole styling of everything, the way, she rocked it. You could tell that she felt like she looked good, and that is the #1 thing when you are standing in heels and a bikini in front of that many people.
She had fun.
You gotta believe
it. She had a lot of fun.
And it was, it really was impressive. This stuff is not easy. This fitness competition world.
Tell me about it. I mean, look.
And she didn't just get this tosser. This wasn't a dance mom style. Everyone come to this competition so they can win first place for reality TV. Okay, she definitely stood out amongst all the ladies who all looked fantastic.
They all did.
And I thought when it came down to her and that last girl, that girl had that look on her face like, if I lose this to reality TV, I'm going to tell everybody it's because it was for the show. But Tamra looked the best out of everybody. She earned that spot, and man,
I love that.
I hope that everyone out there is inspired by it. I'm looking at her like,
I'm so
ready to go to the gym.
yeah.
Yeah, and Eddie was so proud of her. It was a nice moment. Yeah, it was good. All the ladies want to take pictures. Go ahead.
And really, and just quick side note, really shows the difference of what a supportive partner can do in your life.
Amen.
Because she was a hot mess with Simon, and it was crazy fights and just all kinds of drama and things. And now she's with this guy, Eddie, who's just like just supportive of whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
And she is succeeding in life. She's just excelling, and it's great. So
Hashtag relationship goals.
Everyone wanted to take pictures at the end of this, and it was like if you have like a divorced couple in your family or something like that, and it was like, we're gonna take a picture, you're gonna be on that side, we're gonna be on there, and then I'm gonna go find something to do over here while you take a picture with her. It was very weird. But yeah, Shannon would not be. She announced, I will not be taking pictures with Vicki or Kelly Dodd, so she was out, of course. But I mean,
goodbye, Shannon.
Yeah, it didn't bother Heather. Heather was all up in there doing what she wanted to do. That's what you do.
Because like, it's just a picture, guys.
Yes.
Just take the picture.
Yeah.
Well, any further thoughts before we move on? And we're going to move on to the dramatic reading.
Let's get dramatic.
So this is
love a good reading.
We're getting ready here at AfterBuzz TV for the reunion. It taped last Thursday, so now we're gonna have that coming up. The finale is next week, as you know, and then we get into the reunion. So there's a lot coming up. So let's take a look back where Vicki, and it was in the news. Christy filled us in that Vicki is now recruiting to get Gretchen to come back to the show. But things weren't always very good. And let's take a look back and see where their relationship went sour in this moment in time for Real Housewives of OC.
It was so bad before.
All right.
Yeah. So who's who? Starting with Blake.
Okay, so I will be playing the role of Andy.
I am going to be Vicki, the OG of the OC.
And I've got my whiny voice on because I'm Gretchen.
She is progressively more whiny, and I'm Tamra. Just without the body.
All right.
All right. Let's begin.
You don't hate me, but you text Tamra that I'm a C word.
Actually, I hate that word. I've never used that word in my life.
Seriously, you guys, we all get in these stupid little fights.
I've never used that word.
She did.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. Yes.
You probably made me say it.
I saw the text.
I hate that word.
I saw the text.
We all do.
My God, I hate that word.
The point is that you say you didn't do it, but then you did.
Well, then if I did do it, then I don't remember because it is an ugly, icky word.
It's because it was under the influence of me, evidentially.
I hate that word. I don't use that word.
So you're saying you have nothing but love for her, yet you're sending this vile text to Tamra?
We are not dear friends. I want the best for her. We're not friends. I'm a grandmother, I'm a businesswoman, and I know you're a businesswoman and you're building an empire. Good for you. I want you to be successful. But guess what? I've been there, done that. Let's compare.
You know, she has nothing but love for you, but she refers to you as a businesswoman in quotes. How do you feel about that?
She's always demeaning. She's always tearing me down. It's like she does these backhanded compliments that she thinks is a compliment.
Listen, I just said to you, I want everyone successful. I'm a single woman. You are...
Really? Tamra, you are the first one to say she doesn't want everyone successful.
Just own it.
I own it. I don't care about her. I don't think about her.
Then don't say you wish her success because you don't give a shit about her.
It doesn't affect my life.
Be honest.
You don't have love for me. You don't respect me.
Actually, I do have love for you. And actually, every season I go in saying, I'm going to love Vicki.
Me too. And guess what? You don't. It's okay. It's okay if you don't like me. I don't care.
You come at me, you say all these things that I'm like, wait, why is she accusing me of these things when she's doing these things?
Because you don't own the truth. That's the end of the day. You don't own the truth.
Vicki, I own the truth about the fact that I made a mistake making fun of your plastic surgery.
I look like crap.
I own things. When I do something I feel like I did wrong.
Did you ever call me and say you're sorry? No.
I actually text you I was sorry, so you can't say that I didn't.
All of us in plastic
that was
surgery.
so much fun.
Yes!
All of us in plastic surgery. But they forget all of this. They forget about Radio Slade and Miss Piggy, you know. I
Oh
guess
yeah,
they're past it.
Charlie in Charge brought up Gretchen's
Jeez.
fake tears.
Thank you. I heard some applause.
That was when she was in like the powder blue with the necktie.
That was her last one, I think.
Yeah,
If
I think
she's trying to
so.
recruit Gretchen on the show, who do you think would be out at this point? Because I'm reading a lot of comments and a lot of tweets that you guys send, and nobody's really feeling Shannon anymore.
Oh.
That's true. That's true.
And Heather, actually,
I think
both
Shannon
of them.
plays an integral part on the show. I really do.
And Andy Cohen has said that he does too.
Yeah, I
Real
mean,
Andy
love her
Cohen.
or hate her, I think that she is so authentic and she's got these
Well-
solid relationships with these women that are legit. I think she has a place on there for as long as she wants.
And she's friends with Bravo celebrities, and she brings the drama.
Yep.
She brings a lot of it.
She plays
So-
the game. Like the
She
other one,
does.
you know, like that Lydia, you know, she wasn't going to let people too far into her life, so she's gone. You know, so
Yeah.
it's like, you know, the people who are really there to open up like
Yeah.
that. I mean, even look at like New York, like Jules, like
Yeah.
there's not much to show with her, but I mean, like, she's tapped out, but Shannon just keeps having all of these layers to her. You know, there's a lot to explore in a character like
What
that.
about Heather? What do we think about? Although we love Heather, I read comments and
Yeah,
I mean, there's no storyline there anymore.
Well, I will say, if she keeps dropping these little nuggets like she did on the trip and stirring it up and saying those kind of things,
Yeah.
it's pretty entertaining. So shocking, but entertaining. You know.
If they keep Kelly around, then they'll have to keep Heather around to see what goes down between the two
Yeah.
of them.
And that's the thing, is nobody pushes Heather's buttons like Kelly.
That's true.
So, in a way, if they keep Kelly, that's going to really rile Heather up, and that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But on another note, why I would love to know from Heather. I don't know if she's addressed this. I think she was actually a guest on Watch What Happens Live last week, maybe, or something. So I don't know. Maybe this was covered, but I would really love to know what it is specifically about Kelly that just sets her off so bad. Because it's so bad. She just can't handle it and gets so upset. We've all never
Right.
seen her get so upset.
Yes.
So over it.
Well, let's take a look at some news and gossip.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Well, a few of you tweeted me about the story last week, and we kind of had to rush through it, and that was about Vicki and Meghan Edmonds and Vicki's cyberstalker. So the details there are that the guy who eventually convinced everyone that Vicki's cancer was a scam, cancer charity was a scam, and eventually led to that site being shut down, he posted some things from a different Twitter account, a veiled Twitter account, thanking and tagging Meghan Edmonds and saying #justice. So he implied that Meghan helped him sort of bring Vicki down, and that's where that story came from. So just to clear it up, and thank you, I love you that you guys all tweeted me and want to know the deets. So here are the deets on the upcoming reunion. Heather spilled some secrets. It went down last Thursday. She posted a photo of her look on Instagram. She had this really great hot pink dress on and a sleek lob, and she captioned that by saying, "Interesting to see who could own our stuff, apologize and make amends, and who thinks they are right and unaccountable for poor judgment and behavior." Vicki also posted a photo from the set, and she was with Brianna, so it looks like we will be seeing Brianna on this reunion. And Vicki was thanking those who love and believe in her and warning others that they will be blocked. Meanwhile, Shannon and Tamra were hanging out in New York City this last week, and they were at Standard Grill Sunday Night Bingo, where Shannon sang Def Leppard's "Pour Some Sugar on Me" karaoke. There are videos on Instagram, and you do not want to miss that. Meanwhile, what's going on with Heather and Terry Dubrow? They have a brand new podcast, Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig, with Heather and Terry Dubrow.
Still keeping that
this,
going.
of course, yes, helps them pimp out their skincare line and the book. It'll be about beauty, plastic surgery, exercise, and style, and you guys can get it Wednesdays on Podcast One. She will continue doing her show as well. And Meghan had not one but two baby showers this last weekend, one in Costa Mesa with her in-laws on Saturday. Jim joined via FaceTime. He was not there in person. And another on Sunday in Newport Beach, where Lizzie Rovsek, former Real Housewife, Heather McDonald were there. And Meghan said it was great, but she wishes that she could get out of bed for more than 3 hours at a time. She apparently is not feeling well. And just a little update, I know there were a lot of reports that she has been cut from the cast or that she is leaving. all that her rep will say is she's going to St. Louis to have her baby in December, and that's all that I can confirm. So my most educated guess is that she's been told quietly, hey, BTW, we don't want you back, and they're giving her that chance to act like she left the show. So we shall see. Either way, I'm guessing she's out of there.
Interesting.
We didn't really get to see the Meghan that we did in the first season.
Oh, no.
Which, you know, I kind of missed seeing her because she did add a lot to the show. So I do commend her for that first season.
Yeah. I feel like she pulled her weight, and I'm ready to fill that space with the new housewife.
Yeah, and maybe we could get back a cast of like 7 or 8. I like it when there's tons of ladies.
OC,
making
yes.
it to it.
OC has always been lean. I've always felt like they need to, if they have one more, you know? Yeah, I agree with you.
Beef it up.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I like the big casts. I prefer them.
New York, they've added so many people. Like,
Yeah, I like it. I feel like no
never
one
stale.
watches it in the States, but the Real Housewives of Cheshire has like I think 9 ladies.
wow. Oh, dang.
It's like a lineup. When you go and watch the opening, I mean, it's like, damn, there are a lot of women on this show, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Yeah, we can always use some more crazy on the show for sure. So
Always.
yeah, so let's predict because we got the finale coming up, and Shannon's got her another party.
Well, I said this before, and I'll say it again. If I got the invitation to Shannon's party, I might be out of town that weekend. She cannot have a good party. It is like everyone
It's
is
a curse.
just, ugh. And so now, of course, she's said she won't talk to the people, but she invited the people. So
Yeah, to her own house.
to her own house. So I don't know. I
she's
don't
probably
know.
like, it's temporary. They can come and bring bad energy into this one for now.
Yeah, I guess.
I will say,
I'll be leaving soon.
I will say on New Jersey though, Jacqueline kept putting off shooting the finale, and allegedly Bravo lawyers had to step in and say, "Look, this isn't your contract. You're required to shoot together." So I think that Shannon knows that this is part of the show. She has to have this finale party since it already was planned at our house. She's going to have to invite these ladies over. So it's
Plus,
just
this
kind of,
gives her the opportunity to kick people out.
That's
Oh, and
true.
she loves that.
yes, even I like to do that. I
Yeah.
think that's a lot of fun.
I think it's going to get most explosive between Tamra and Vicki at this reunion. They're the ones with the most history, and I
10
think
years.
I think it's gonna get extra sassy. between
She's
them.
already giving a game plan of how they're gonna bombard her. They're like, let's invite her so they can go and do this to her. So we'll see.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of seeing Vicki painted so poorly on this show, but she's kind of doing it to herself, unfortunately.
We get a different Vicki every season,
That's
don't
true.
we? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do.
Sometimes the new face. Sometimes it's a complete new Vicki. You know what I mean?
I hate. We saw those flashbacks to last season. It's hard. And it was like,
gosh.
whoa! It's like she wasn't even the same person.
I know.
Little.
Yeah, I just
Little
I
aggressive.
will always be a fan of Vicki, but yeah, I mean, it's hard out there to be a Vicki fan this season, last season. Just saying.
Yeah.
I know.
He's holding on.
I am. I love her.
She's
but
given
my
us
God.
such extreme ups and downs. It's like a little crazy to deal with, but yeah. I mean, I think deep down we all like her. I really like Vicki.
Yeah,
we
me
all
too.
love her, but she makes it tough for us. That's for sure. She makes us work for it.
Right, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the OC without her.
No.
No, could
no,
you
not at
imagine
all.
without
Not at
Vicki?
all.
A friend of mine was saying, "Oh, it's time for Vicki and Tamra to go." I'm like,
No.
Not in a million years.
Ain't no one agreeing with you. Maybe some people do in the comments below. I don't know, but both of them. I mean, you might as well just cancel the show.
Right.
Yeah, they are the show.
Yeah, I mean, who? If you got rid of those two, who are you really left with? I mean, it's be
Yeah.
the Shannon hour. You know, oh god, and Blake will be no longer here for the AfterBuzz
Find a
TV
new
rehearsals.
panel.
Maybe half an hour.
Yes, I know. Well, it's all very interesting. You guys can keep up with us, keep the conversation going. We want to know what your thoughts are on the finale and what are you hearing, air to the ground, about this reunion. I really want to know what's going to happen because usually there's always like a rumor from the set, you know.
No, they're
Nothing.
supposedly filming this Thursday.
Last
No, they
Thursday.
filmed
Oh,
last
last Thursday,
yeah.
yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. No, I know you're right. There's normally some talk or something above.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
one thing I do want to point out real quick is that Tamra posted, did you see this Instagram post she had? It was all the ladies except Kelly at a restaurant. And it was like them, they were cheersing and all that. And I was trying to figure out if this was before or after, if this was like an old shot or whatever. But it was posted on Thursday, the day of the actual taping
Oh, you think
of the
it was
reunion.
maybe post reunion?
Where the hell is it? It's on here somewhere, but yeah.
So Heather was wearing a pink dress. Vicky was wearing a white dress, I believe.
and it was
for the
everybody but
reunion.
Kelly.
Yeah, no Kelly. And she was like, I'm trying to find it, but my internet is failing me. But here it is. So she says, It's happening. Hashtag reunion. Cheers to my girls. My favorite emoji, the champagne emoji. She says, it's been an exhausting season, but at the end of the day, these are our lives, good, bad, and ugly. Hashtag originals, hashtag RHOC, hashtag TBT.
This is not all their looks and stuff. I'm really thinking this is not from the reunion, from post reunion.
Okay.
I'm pretty
It's a
sure.
true TBT.
Heather's hair is a
It's
whole
a true
different thing.
TBT, yeah. But it's just weird to see them all like hanging out together. Like,
And the sentiment is interesting because if she posted it right after filming and everyone's there except for Kelly, it's like she's really trying to give that extra.
TBT a day later.
Yeah.
yeah, interesting.
Are we thinking a 3-part reunion or a 2-part for
3-part
They
reunion and
earned
then
a
a
3.
secret.
Yeah.
They earned a 3, yes.
I think it's going to be good for all 3
Yeah.
parts.
This has
Ooh,
been
I
the
can't wait.
season that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
I know. So much has gone down.
There has to be 3-part.
Oh, if you're curious to see some pictures from the reunion, you can see, as you mentioned, Vicki's Instagram. She had a picture with her daughter on there. And then Tamra has a few pictures from there as well. So if you want to get a sneak preview. But in the meantime, where can we keep up with you all and see what you're up to?
Yes, I've been Blake V. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Blake V Media.
What's up, everyone? I'm Thomas Orlina. Find me at Thomas Orlina on my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook.
Hey guys, I'd love it if you would reach out to me at Christy Reports. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. What do you think about these crazy news headlines? Also, please tune in Wednesday night. We will be back to 9 p.m. Pacific time for the Total Bellas after show, because I know you love that too.
Nice. Thank you for hanging out with us. You guys can find me over on Twitter at Grants__rants and on my podcast, Grants Rants Hollywood Talk. That'll do it for us. For the OC ladies, we'll be back next week with the big finale. Don't miss it.
Yes.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.